Hello and welcome to IB Spring Exam Training. My name is Elisa Nino Sears and I am your Sequoia IB coordinator. Let's get started on all the things that you need to know for having a great spring exam season. First off, I want to just say that big exams like this bring up a lot of feelings for people. You may be feeling mixed feelings about these IB exams. That's totally normal. Staff feel that way too. We're excited to see how things go, to support you. We're nervous to make sure everything is perfect for you. We are tired because it's the end of the year and everyone has been working really hard. We're also really, really proud of you and want you to be able to do your best work during your IB exams so that you grow this muscle, the muscle to do hard things, to conquer that and to get to the other side of this hard thing. This exam is the first of many that you will take in community college, undergraduate years, grad school, licensing exams for different trades, and more. So you are going to learn so much from this IB exam experience. I'm really grateful to you and really proud of you and really excited. Juniors, this is your first round of IB exams, so everything is going to feel a little bit weird and new. We will help you every step of the way. We want you to be able to report the best IB score you can in the fall when you're applying for colleges and scholarships. Seniors, you are dealing with a little senioritis. I get it. I hear you. We are going to help you through this IB exam season so that you can lock in the best IB scores possible for the hard work that you've been doing for the past year or two. Your college may count your IB scores for credit. They might use it for class placement. Keep in mind, you might switch majors or even colleges and find out that your IB scores are very useful down the road. So please don't make any assumptions about what your possible IB credit is for taking these exams. Every year, Sequoia alums call my office and ask for us to share their IB scores with new institutions. Maybe they're transferring colleges. Maybe they are applying to grad school. Maybe they're applying to nursing or dental schools. And so the IB scores might be useful down the road in a way that you don't realize right now. These IB scores matter. In addition, teachers learn a lot from how you do on these exams, which questions you struggle with, which questions you answer really beautifully. And we use that information to improve our teaching here at Sequoia. So thank you. All right, let's get started. We are going to very quickly cover a lot of material. And I want to just emphasize that we ask for your cooperation and support during this stressful time. Normally, Sequoia is very friendly, very flexible, but during IB exam season, everybody involved in IB exams needs to really shift their focus to conduct and security of exams to make sure that we pull these off really, really well. Everybody gets great scores. And if an inspector shows up from IB, which they do every year, that we pass inspection with no problem. So if somebody asks you to do something strange, like peel a label off of a water bottle, please be patient with them. They're not trying to be mean or annoying. They're just trying to make sure that we comply with all IB requirements. So thank you for your help. So let's talk about scheduling, security, what to bring, and some helpful tips and reminders. I am going to zoom through this very quickly so you can get back to work in class, but the slides will be sent to your email and your teacher will have a copy of it too so that you can review any part again as needed. This link here takes you to your exam schedule. Here's an example, a little snippet of what it looks like. So for example, if I am taking IB psychology, I need to participate in the exam on the morning of May 7th. That starts at 8:30 a.m. Doors will open at 8:30, but I need to be there at 8:15 so that I have a few minutes to gather my thoughts, run to the bathroom, and be ready to rock and roll when the doors open at 8:30 a.m. We are estimating that the exam will finish at 11. If I am a 504, a student with a 504 or a student with an IEP plan, and I have been approved for IB accommodations, that's an extra step, then I will be participating in the exam room in room 128. You will be receiving an email from the IB office explaining how that works. So you can take a look at the exam schedule and figure out exactly where you need to be when. So again, to recap, morning exams start at 8:30. You would need to be there at about 8:15 to make sure that you can have a good, smooth session. For afternoon exams, you will be excused from class at 12 o'clock. The lunchrooms will open early so that you can pick up lunch here at Sequoia or eat your own lunch outside of the testing room between 12 and 12:30, and then the doors will open at 12:30. When can you leave the exam? IB requires that all students be released from the exam room at the same time. So please note in the schedule the estimated end time. That is the earliest that you probably will be excused from that exam. There is also a chance that exams will run late, so please make sure that you plan accordingly. One other thing that I need you to keep in mind, in the exam schedule, it will list whether or not there might be wireless time. What that means is every exam needs to be at least 2 hours. So if an exam finishes in 60 minutes or 90 minutes, there's going to be some extra time there before we can release you. So once the exams are collected, you're going to have the opportunity to hang out for a little bit, and we need you to bring some wireless work to do. That could be a deck of cards to play cards with your friends. It could be some notes from your science class that you want to review before the exam. It could be a journal, or you could just hang out quietly with friends until the 2 hour mark when we can release you. So please take a look at that wireless information. And if it says to bring wireless work, please do so. What's going to happen about missing class? The IB office, if you show up to your exam, will clear your attendance for that exam. It takes a little bit of time. So if your parents get a note saying that you missed class, please tell them to relax, that the IB office is going to clear that as soon as possible. It might take a day or two, and we appreciate your patience while we get all of that cleared in attendance. What happens if you can't make an exam? I want to be clear here. IB does not reschedule exams. There are no makeup exams. You have to show up to your exam. That is the only time that it will be offered. The only time where an IB exam would be canceled would be because of a pandemic, because of an earthquake, a fire, something huge. So I promise you none of these things are going to happen. We're going to have a great IB exam season. Please make sure you're there on time, ready to work. If you wake up that morning and you're feeling sick, please do your best to do whatever you need to do to get to school. Let your proctor know that you're not feeling well. We will do our best to keep you comfortable and ready to work on your exam, even if you're not feeling great. The only reason why you wouldn't show up to an exam is if you're hospitalized, of course, or if you are so sick that you really just cannot make it out of your home. In that case, we'd appreciate you alerting us that you are that sick. There is no makeup exam, so simply you would be not participating in the exams, and as a result, you would not receive IB credit. So it's pretty serious. Please try and make it to exams, even if you're not feeling 100%. We'll do the best we can to keep you comfortable. Make sure that you are following the instructions said to you by your exam invigilator, your proctor leading the exam. All of those little details are really, really important. If you don't follow any of those procedures, you can make it so that your IB score is not valid and maybe even invalidate the scores of everybody else in the exam room. So thank you for following all the instructions so that we have a safe and secure exam season. One of the instructions is going to be very strict, that there's no talking in the exam room. So please make sure to have any conversations outside of the exam room. Once you walk through the doors of the gym or room 128 or any other exam room, it is completely silent. These are some of the items that will not be allowed in the exam room. You'll be instructed to take everything out of your pockets and put everything in your backpack. So you can bring in nothing to the exam. That means no hats, no hoods on your head, no digital devices of any kind, no watches of any kind. That is very, very important that you know that. If anything is found on you, it will need to be reported to IB, and you may end up losing all your IB credit for 1 to 2 years of work. So please take this very seriously and check your pockets carefully to make sure you don't bring anything in to the exam. Your phones will be completely turned off and put away in your backpack, and you won't have access until you exit the room at the very end of the exam. So please let your family, your coaches, your bosses, your employers know that if an exam is running late, you won't be able to let them know that it's running late. You'll just have to sit tight. So you might want to clear your afternoon or your morning and let your folks know that you won't have access to your phone. One other thing, after the exam is done, it's going to be really tempting to go online to talk about the exam. We need you to not do anything online for 24 hours. That means no posting on Reddit, Snapchat, TikTok, all the things for at least 24 hours. IB investigates that, and we don't want to be the school that gets their scores invalidated because somebody posted something online. Please be very careful. If you want to talk to your friends in class or on campus face to face, or even with your teacher, that's totally fine. Just nothing online. Thank you. What to bring? We're going to have ballpoint pens and pencils for you, but if you have a favorite one that you want to bring in, that's great. Bring it in. Just make sure that it's a ballpoint pen. Gel pens, friction pens, liquid ink pens, those fancy pens, as much as we love them, they will get erased when it goes through the IB exam scanner. So it will be as if you wrote nothing. So please don't bring that in. Pencils, old school #2 pencils, no mechanical pencils. Mechanical pencils don't scan well, so it needs to be an old school #2 pencil. If you want to bring in a little bag to carry your pencil and pen, you can use a see-through plastic bag. Plastic bag, no pencil cases are allowed. Similarly, you can bring in a transparent water bottle, nothing opaque, nothing that we can't see through. We need to be able to see through and see that there's water in there, and there can't be any label on it. So please tear off the label. If you have a see-through plastic water bottle that maybe has a logo printed on it, like say from REI or Sequoia or something like that, that's fine as long as it's see-through and the label, there is no label attached to it. What not to bring. We cannot let you bring any food into the room or any coffee or other drinks, just water. So please plan ahead, have a good meal before your exam. So calculators. If you are taking an IB math exam, I'd love for you to look carefully at the next few slides with your teacher when you have time. For all other IB exams that are not math, so business management, ESS, chem, biology, and physics, thanks to some special science funding, we are going to be able to provide you with a calculator. You do not need to bring your own calculator for those exams. We will have one on your desk. It's a scientific calculator that you can use for the exam. They're brand new, they're awesome. For all IB math exams, you will go ahead and submit an IB permitted math calculator to your math teacher. Your math teacher will work with you on this. You will label your exam with exactly what math you are taking. Then we will clear those calculators before your exam and have it sitting on your desk for the day of the exam. So please review these slides carefully with your math teacher and get those calculators fully charged and into us in time for your math one, paper 1, 2, and maybe 3. So more to come from your math teacher. Okay, some helpful tips and reminders. The rooms are typical Sequoia rooms. They're going to be laid out just perfectly in a very particular way. Please don't get nervous. It's just a room that's been set up per IB requirements. Make sure that you dress for all kinds of temperatures because it's unpredictable how cold or how hot it will be in the room. So bringing in layers is really important. These posters are going to be attached below, links below, about what is permitted and what is not permitted in the exam room so that you can review those on your own time. We will not be allowing any watches on your wrist or any timekeepers. Instead, we're going to have some big clocks in the room for you to be able to manage your time. Your answer booklet is going to be very particular, that is provided by IB. It looks kind of like a piece of notebook paper. There are particular questions that you're going to answer. Let me show you what this looks like, and we'll review this again during the exam. So, this student, I think, is taking a physics exam, and they've been instructed to do three things. Write very carefully, number one. Number two, they've been told to put the number of the question that they're answering in the little black rectangular box where there's two pink boxes. So this student is opting to answer number 2 and number 7. The third thing that they've been asked to do is to skip a line in between every answer. So here's what that looks like. The student is answering number 2. Notice they put blank in the first pink box and a number 2 in the second pink box. That's because they're answering number 2. Number 2 has two parts to it, A and B, and they've skipped a line in between those answers. Great job. Now they want to answer number 7. But if they started in the very next black rectangle, they wouldn't be able to skip a line. So what they have to do is skip all the way to the next available black rectangle and get started on number 7 there. So you'll notice they skipped all that space, totally fine. Go into the next available box. So you're skipping at least one line, sometimes more. If you make a mistake, just cross it out neatly one time. If you want to answer a totally different question, maybe you want to answer number 27, you'll black out the one that you don't want to be graded. You'll put a line through the stuff you don't want to be graded, and then skip to the next available box. This student wants to answer number 27. Try your best to write carefully. If you want to do an outline or a plan, that sounds great. Do it. Then write your essay. Then cross out the plan or outline, and that will indicate to the examiner that that's not part of your official answer. Your invigilator, your lead proctor, is going to give you everything you need and all the instructions to make sure that this goes smoothly, including teaching you to put a string tie through the holes of your exam at the end of the exam and without tying a knot. Make sure that you are not doodling anything weird on your exam. Examiners can get offended, and so make sure that you are keeping everything professional on your exam, because they're going to look at it, even if it's crossed out. We really appreciate you doing your best work on your exam. I'm super proud of you. If you are feeling nervous, butterflies, totally normal. That's your body getting ready to do great work. If your nerves are getting to be too much and you're feeling way, way nervous in a way that doesn't work, please come and talk to us in the IB office. We'd love to help you kind of get back on track. Maybe talk to your IB teacher, talk to your folks and friends. Feel free to check in at the TRC if you're needing some extra support. It's normal to feel nervous because these are big exams, but you're going to do great. And we're super excited to support you. Last thing, I need you to please fill out this score report, both juniors and seniors. You only need to fill it out once for the entire season. So if you've already done it, thank you. If you still need to do it, please do it now. Juniors, we're going to need this information so that we can get your exam scores to you in July. Seniors, there's some additional questions in there to make sure that we can contact you after you've left us. We're really going to miss you, and we want to be able to get you your scores and your diplomas and certificates in September. Thank you so much, everyone. Good luck on exams.